What's up, guys? This is Nasar El-Arabi with BiggerPockets. Today we're going to be discussing what is wholesaling. We're going to get directly under the hood to show you the whole wholesaling process so that you can get out there and get your first deal. However, before we do that, please smash that like button, comment, and subscribe to the BiggerPockets YouTube channel. Essentially, wholesaling is you finding a motivated seller and a motivated buyer and putting them together for what is called an assignment fee. And I'm just gonna give you an example of that, the full wholesaling process. Let's say you see a property that's toe up from the flow up. The roof needs to be done and the grass is getting high. You write them a postcard and that person calls you back and they say, hey, yeah, we definitely want to get rid of the house. What happened was I inherited the house and I lived 3 cities away. I reached out to 2 or 3 realtors and all 3 said, hey, they will list the property if I fixed up XXX. I'm not in a position to spend any money to fix up these properties. Let's stop there. I just want to say that we offer a service. The majority of the houses that we go after would not qualify for traditional financing, all right? So just keep that in mind, like you're doing a service to the community and you always wanna do the right thing. You always wanna stay ethical and above water. You then say, okay, can you meet me at the property? He says, yeah, I can meet you on Saturday at 11 o'clock before I go into work. And you say, great. You meet him out there, you walk through the property. You know, because you did your research on the property is worth $100,000. But you know the property needs some work as well. After you walk through the property, you say, hey, okay, so what are you looking to get? He said, man, you know, just make me an offer. I know the house needs work. And you say, okay, $40,000. He said, you know what? That's great. That's exactly what I had in mind. That would work. And you say, okay, let me go sign a contract with you. I'm gonna run in my car, get a contract and come right back. And you sign a contract with the seller. Now you have a contract on that particular property, right? At that particular point, you will go to BiggerPockets.com. You're gonna go to the marketplace and say, hey, I am wholesaling a property at 123 Main Street. Is anybody interested? I have some pictures and I am asking $52,000 for this particular property. Someone say, hey, I buy houses in anywhere USA. I'm interested. And let's say, you know, you meet him at the property and you show the buyer the property. As far as showing the buyer the property, you might have a lockbox on the property, or the seller might meet you out there so you can get your buyer in, and it's essentially your money partner. So he walks the property and he says, hey, look, I can do 50. I can do 50. I know you wanted 52,000. I can do 50. You say, you go back and forth and he's like, man, look, you know, I got to put 20 grand into this thing. I need to be 70,000 all in to make my numbers work. You say, okay, I'll do the $50,000. What will then happen is you're going to assign him your contract. You will then have another sheet of paper. Normally, it's a 1-page piece of paper. The buyer will sign the assignment stating that he's buying the property for you for $50,000. He gives you a $1,000 non-refundable check. That non-refundable money is just going to make sure that he doesn't run off before closing or disappear, or his phone breaks the day before closing. Those things happen when you don't get a deposit from the buyer. But let's say he gives you $1,000, you will then have the contract, $1,000 check written to your title company or your attorney. At that particular point, you hand that off to your title company or your attorney, whatever you guys do. And again, in North Carolina, we use attorneys to close real estate transactions. In your state, you might use title companies. Once you have that, all right, the attorney does a title search, everything comes back good, you got clear to close. On closing day, your buyer will wire in the $50,000 plus closing costs. Your seller will then get that $40,000 that you promised him. And you will be picking up a check for $10,000. So imagine if you did 10 of those transactions in 1 year. That's life-changing for most people. That's the whole process, essentially. It's very simple, but it's not easy, guys. It's simple, but it's not easy. I'm telling you. You have to prepare yourself, you know, for this opportunity. You have to be ready to work for this opportunity. You can find the wholesaling process anywhere on the internet. However, you have to prepare yourself mentally for the process to do what it takes to get that first deal. I just explained to you what is wholesaling, but I want to leave you with a motivational story. In the 2000 NFL draft, there was a guy named Tom Brady in the draft. He was the last pick of the 6th round, which he was the 199th pick. He got picked up by a team called the New England Patriots. He was a backup quarterback to a great quarterback by the name of Drew Bledsoe. Drew Bledsoe was playing the game, ended up getting injured, and they had to call this young kid off the bench to get in the game to play. Fast forward, this man has 6 Super Bowl rings. He's gonna go down one of the best dynasties ever in NFL history, outdoing the Dallas Cowboys dynasty in the 90s. I wanted to tell you guys that story because Tom Brady is a household name. You don't even have to watch sports to know who Tom Brady is. However, a lot of times you guys been passed up on in your personal life, or maybe even in your professional life at work. You just got passed up on. You never had that opportunity. You wanted that opportunity, or you had that opportunity and you messed it up. Things happen. But now with this wholesaling or just real estate in general, this can be your opportunity to be the Tom Brady at whatever niche you decide to pick. It's many times that I was passed up on for opportunities that I want. It was as many a times whereas people didn't pick me. However, when I found out about this wholesaling opportunity, I studied, I got a mentor, and then I got an opportunity to go out there and do the work. I did it. By the good graces of the Most High, I've been able to become successful at it. So I just want to leave you with that. Subscribe, leave a comment. You can find me on Instagram at Real Estate Guru. And remember, I am Nasar, the Real Estate Guru. I'm not your guru, I'm your guru, because I actually do this business.